these two aliens just kind of walk out of the woods and sit next to him, and they're like, "When you sober up, never do this again." And he was like, "Whatever you say, man."
Shit.
Like, no fucking worries.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The way they sit's a bit odd.
I think it's the angle.
Maybe.
I had to crop her cooch out.
I mean,
Yeah, she sent that to her boob guy.
Yeah.
right.
And then she's like, I want boobs like this. And then for some reason puts a little cross over the nipples just to keep it polite for the surgeon.
Well,
Nice.
Yeah, like the surgeon's
I
gonna
was
see the nips and be
going
like,
to do it.
Really?
Yeah, this is crass, all right?
What the
No.
heck?
Somebody who works with
The,
So that's the
the
thing.
appointment's off.
Yeah.
I don't
this
care if
girl
you're
is-
paying me 12 grand. I don't want to. I can't believe you just did that.
Jeez.
How much are
I
we
was
paying? Yeah,
$10,990.
11.
Wow.
Saving, yeah.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're
Christ.
recording. We're talking about titties.
Fuck. I'm doing this. Is nice. I'm doing it.
You on that?
You're doing
Do you realize that by the next podcast, I will have boobs?
That's exciting.
It seems like you're excited. So
Yeah.
that's great.
Dude,
I'm also nervous, though. I start pouring sweat. Even as I'm saying it out loud, I just start pouring sweat. I'm so nervous.
How does it, like, where do they do it from?
Underneath the muscle. So he's...
Does it go like under the, because some people,
So-
like,
Through the belly
He'll-
button.
It's from like here.
yeah,
No,
I've heard
he'll-
they can do that.
He'll,
Why would
yeah,
you
they
do
can.
that?
So you do it with saline. That's why originally I was
So
going
they
to
put
do
your
that.
boobs through your belly button.
They can do your belly button.
up.
They can do your armpits. They can do all kinds of things.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That seems
But
like
it's-
a little bit
but
like
you
you're
guys-
going the long way, like you know,
No.
this is one good. Your detour will add an extra half an hour.
No, so here's the thing. It actually, see, I wanted saline because of this reason. You can see if they pop or if they bust, but they can just put this little incision through your armpit and then they can grow them. And I was going to tell them grow them and make sure that I don't get stretch marks. If I start getting stretch marks, pull the plug, bro, make them smaller. Whereas with an implant, the gel ones, they just, like, you're there on the table, you got a slit here.
And they just
If
stuff
you've
it
never
in.
seen it, it is
It's-
just
yeah,
like a
I've seen it.
funnel and then you have a boob.
it literally looks like one of those amazing
Right?
guys who make burgers super quick, just like
It's so intense.
done
Yeah.
so fast.
I wish I would have never seen it.
Yeah, that sounds
what did you
like,
expect?
what do they feel like? Are they gonna, I've never even like had any experience with fake breasts. That's obviously because
Really?
of what do they feel? Are they going to be like hard or squishy? Like,
Wait, you've never been with a girl with fake boobs?
No.
Oh, it's the best.
They're
Really?
s-
Yeah.
They're
your wife's
very-
just like,
I've heard.
Oh no,
I've
she
heard.
already knows. She's heard all the stories. Like,
Okay.
They're, yeah,
she
they're,
blames me for the reason why she wants them.
No, I don't. I said you're supporting the decision that I always wanted. I thought I
Yeah,
was going to
yeah,
end
yeah.
up with a yogi man who was like, no, babe, stay natural.
Natural's better. Fuck that. Get some fake boobies, man.
okay.
If that's what
Yeah.
you want to do.
But I do draw the line. Like there is some plastic surgery you shouldn't do.
Like what?
There's like a limit. Like look at Kim Kardashian. Like Kim Kardashian,
That's not Kim.
she has so much work done, but it's done right.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it? Her ass is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's done right. It's like it's a great
not-
large bum.
It's not done that right. If you see, like her, it's so
Quite
out
large.
of proportion. It's ridiculous.
See, I
But see,
actually,
the black community love a big booty.
Oh yeah, everyone like.
love
I
a
think
big
the
booty.
Western world's just now like, yeah, cool.
I think it's
bums are great now.
White guys like different types of booties. I've realized white guys like the real like gym style like
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you do.
Whereas like the black community love like a real
Yeah, yeah.
Rippling.
donkadonk like
It's a generational thing. Our
it's just a different thing,
Karen, our mum,
preference.
Karen will see Beyonce and be like, "Nah, she's overweight.
Yeah.
She's obese." I'm like, she's actually like, she's kind of like the
She's almost jacked, dude.
Yeah, that's what
she has biceps.
everyone aspires to now is that.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it's just preferences.
So what do they
You
feel
sh-
like?
Have you ever felt like a really tough bicep?
Maybe.
Like mine.
I don't know.
Like that? I don't know. Like it's just like it's
So
a
it feels like
foom
mu-
boob.
He-
There's no
Foom boob.
a foom boob.
You've also, he's also
Welcome
had
to
most
Phone
of
Boop.
his experience. I think most of his experience has been with saline, which is basically like a hard balloon.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're the old school ones, and
Like,
they're
it's
like,
just like-
they don't feel real at all.
Right.
That's not what I'm getting.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, send it back. What's the point?
Wait, what is this? Is it gonna be much scarring? Like what's gonna?
Literally just like a 1 inch down here underneath, and it'll be
you
in
nervous?
the fold. Extremely.
They're just gonna put you under. They just
Yeah,
gas
yeah.
you and be like, ah.
Yeah,
The
and
gas
then
you.
Yeah, well, they do, right? They just they put the thing on and then.
No, it's injection
No, it's
now.
an injection.
The
Yeah.
the
Really,
anesthetist-
I find that more scary.
Oh,
It's a-
it's
actually
mad.
super like.
It's a full on I'm dead on the table type of thing.
Yeah.
I've never had any of that stuff.
You have a
before.
general?
No,
So
no.
I had it. I've had it twice.
I've had it 4 times.
Really?
Wow.
Just for fun?
Yeah,
That's
just
a
go to the
lot.
doctor, like,
Yeah, you just do it at home.
I got a guy. No, I had 4 operations
Really? On what?
on my knee and my ankle. So I had 3 operations on my left knee and then 1 on my right ankle.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hectic.
When you get it, did you have like that weird feeling? So, because they did
dude,
it here, and
like
it feels
ice
like
cold.
Yeah, it feels
Ice
like ice
cold.
is just going up your veins.
Fucking insane.
And it's sort of like when you go to sleep, because they go, count from, you know what, you don't notice yourself go to sleep. It's not like you go, oh, I'm asleep now.
Yeah.
They go,
you count to 10 or count backwards.
Count backwards.
10.
You're like, sure, 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
right.
And you're gone, and then all of a sudden you're waking up, and like I remember, so after I got my nose done, because it wasn't a nose job, it was like deviated septum.
Hey.
Right.
Oh yeah, you got a nose job. She had a rhinoceros nose, and it's like she's beautiful now.
I did. See, plastic surgery done
You
well.
guys have a weird relationship.
I always believed that it wasn't meant to be there. I think I
Okay.
Well, your
nose
nose.
It
is
wasn't
general?
like
No,
that
just
Blake was
I
like,
had
you
a
were broken and now you're
huge
fixed.
bump.
And I like you more. Like,
She fixed it before she met
Yeah.
me.
Okay, right.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like I met her and I was like, oh, bitch, you got to clean that up.
Okay,
And
cool,
then,
cool,
and then we
cool.
got married.
No, I finally accepted myself, and then literally the next day, my parents were like, "We're gonna pay for it for you," and I was like, "Well, that's random." And
Yeah,
so I was
right.
like, "Well, that must be meant to be," and then it turned out really well because it's not perfect, which I like.
She has a weird brag, so she brags.
Yeah, I just don't want to have to lean down.
Yeah, you're just so tall. Sorry, I did it for myself. I forgot that you're like 6 feet taller than me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Like everybody else in this world.
She had the weirdest brag the other day. She's like, so when I had a surgeon in my nose, he said my nose tip was the perfect type of nose.
Yeah, so I wanted it. Sorry,
weird
I
brag,
didn't
right?
need
That was a-
sniffle in there.
Yeah.
Weird flex, but that's cool.
Well,
Right.
But
I have
it's
the perfect tip.
from the tip of your nose to your nostril is for a woman supposed to be a certain distance, and mine is
Smack bang.
perfection.
On
Because
the-
I
Says who,
wanted
though?
to have this smaller, and he was like, I can't do that because according to science, you're actually perfect there. We just need to get rid of the bump.
Swaré, when you
Just
I was
the
like-
rest of it needs to.
when you look at a girl, is like, what do you look at first? Like you're like, man, she's like, nice
Obviously,
shoulders,
the tip
nose,
of the nose.
tip.
Yeah.
Like, what do you look at?
It starts at the tip and it's everything. Yeah.
shaft.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't think I have a type particularly. I don't know. I've only like dated like bums, girls with consistently good bums. That's the one
I mean,
thing.
homeless people.
That's the one thing that I won't.
I thought you
yeah,
meant
I
just
only
bums.
dated homeless people.
That's
Yeah.
all he
What does he
talks to.
ask?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
are you like the bubble bottom, like out and round,
I just like
or like
them.
bitch?
I like all of it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a type though.
Would
all
you
of
say you like big butts and you cannot lie?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to clear that up for the listeners. You
Yeah,
know?
no, I think I just like them. They're my kryptonite.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, Maddie hates it. She fucking, I mean, she's got a great bum, but she knows that like I like bums. So if we're out and about, she'll be like, "Fuck, that chick's got a good bum. Damn it!" I can feel her.
Really?
Yeah.
Stacy will check out girls, and then it's like all of a sudden we're having like a conversation about how attractive that girl is.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
very
so
open with
I don't-
these things.
Yeah, Maddie's. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave that off the table. No,
Yeah,
she's
that's fair.
no, but Maddie's like she's got a great bum, so I'm stoked.
Oh, shout out Maddie for the great bum.
Yeah.
Good work.
Sure.
All right.
Cool.
Should we welcome back to Fresh and Zesty, guys?
Yeah, you've been listening for 10 minutes so far, but hey.
Yeah. Hope you've enjoyed our chat.
Do you like boobs and nose tips?
Comment below.
Those tips.
Not too graphic, please.
Yeah, we may talk about music at some point.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I just thought of the best description. It's kind of like squeezing a lime.
We're talking about boobs
It's
or
kind of
music
hard,
now?
but it's not as soft as
Oh,
a
we're back to
lemon.
boobs.
Yeah. Right, okay.
yeah.
I just saw the lime and was like, oh, there we go.
Is it
Cute.
though? Like that seems
yeah, I
really
don't
I don't know.
firm.
He felt them on the
you don't
table, and he
squeeze-
was like, "Wow,
Nah.
I've never felt these outside of a body."
But
and the
if
doctor,
I squeeze it, I suppose if you squeeze them too hard, you'll shoot juice out.
what?
Bad.
You'll sing about
No, you won't.
Just do the intro thing that you do.
Was that a wow wow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it was
wow. Blake ruined it.
Do the intro thing.
Getting told by
Welcome
Swaré
back to
now.
Fresh and Zesty, guys, where we give you the tips and the tricks to make you famous.
Facts.
We
Hey.
have our good friend. Yeah. Hey.
Is that true? Are you telling me we were here like 2 weeks ago doing this shit? Is that pretend? Is that a
So
lie?
this is actually the
Yeah.
second podcast we've shot with Swaré because
No, third.
Wow,
Third.
wow,
well, third, okay, third, but like the second of this one that. Now I just know the color coordinating.
I want to hear what What's going on?
They
They took my headphones today, guys.
Zesty.
Sorry, that was my
Yeah, no, so anyone who's listening right now, guys, we this is the second time we're filming this exact same one.
That button was fucked. Just like
Zesty. Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah.
giggity, giggity.
Sorry, I interrupted. You were saying.
Yeah, so the time we've had Swaré on, second time we're shooting this podcast.
Sorry about that, guys.
Um,
Sorry, Sware. Actually, you guys wouldn't know the
Yeah,
difference.
you guys have no fucking idea.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I like
blast.
being here when Sharks is here.
Yeah, what up,
Shout out
Sharks?
Sharks.
First time meeting you. It's lovely to have you here.
Yeah.
No,
Sharks in the pod.
Is that one?
Bro, if you guys don't stop hitting the buttons, the one day I don't have headphones, I'm going to lose my mind.
To be fair, I think it's kind of annoying the listeners right now.
100%.
100%.
But
It's sad because all that stuff's like we've got a bit of it, and like we remember what happened, but it's gone. It's sad.
But see, that's a good thing about it. Sometimes you enjoy it because you were there.
I still think
That's
we
true.
should release it just a podcast only edition.
But then we've got
Like
like,
a
Audio.
Like
just
Swaré part 1, Swaré part 2.
Yeah.
yeah.
It could be good. I mean, it's your
Right?
podcast. You do what you want.
That was so passive aggressive.
Yeah, I'm just
We
honestly
didn't
like,
talk
I
about
don't-
The
bum
typical
sauce.
girlfriend, just like, hey babe, can I go out with the boys?
like, you
If you want to,
could.
just fucking go.
no, like
Okay.
honestly, this is your thing. You do. If you want to put it out, do it. If you don't, I don't care. Like, don't.
Oh, now he's doing reverse psychology on us.
We'll talk about it at home.
Shit. All right.
I don't even
so-
remember what we talked about. To be fair, last
Yeah,
time.
we did a whole bunch of stuffs.
Stuff.
So
Shark said, it was on the way out. Shark was like, I was like, how'd that go? You reckon? He's like, yeah, good. You guys all skirted around some pretty touchy topics. We talked about like a lot of weird, like,
we spoke about some hectic shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're doubling down on the boys only one for next week. We're doubling down on actually talking about controversial shit.
oh really?
I think we should.
Because women can't talk about controversial shit.
What are you trying to turn this to?
Why are you calling it boys only?
Stop being a social justice warrior right now.
I don't give a fuck.
Boys only plus Stacy, actually, is what it means.
Yeah, I think the fact that Stacey's in it, we can start talking about it. But I don't know. The problem is everyone just gets so fucking antsy
Yeah, but-
now. Like you can't say anything. I'm
Look
trying
at
to
my
figure out this
Instagram,
thing,
though.
but
Everybody
scared I'm
loves
doing the
it.
double luck on the thing.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, I'm just the wrong thing. Soiree, how did you do it? You know what, guys? Let's just keep talking. I'm
it
gonna
doesn't
try and.
twist the way you think it will.
Yeah.
This thing sucks.
It's the other way.
We were
Wait.
15 minutes late and you guys still weren't ready.
Blame Stacey. for that one.
100%. That's stop blaming me for everything. It's your fault today, okay?
Marital problems.
I would like to say also, don't go to Rough and Bear in St. Leonard's. That's why
What's
Sharks and I
Rough
were
and
late.
Bear?
It's a big cafe kind of on the corner. It's a like
Near
it's,
the-
Oh, it's a gay club.
Near the old studio, yeah.
it should be. It's a cafe, Rough and Bear.
Wow.
I mean,
Oh
I
my
like how
gosh,
you
I
said
saw
it
this.
just like just stay the fuck away from that. It's
Thing.
just straight.
no, it's I mean, I guess we were trying to work like the
Maybe my
like
OnlyFans.
it was $17 for a piece of toast with avocado on it. Yeah, I took a photo because I'm going to tag them in it because it's absurd.
Do they lace it with like meth or heroin
Apparently,
or something?
I don't know. How do you feel?
I love that for you.
Maybe we'll go back on the way home.
Get 17 orders.
$17.
Like legitimately
Yeah.
17 or
Yeah,
inflating?
no, actually $17 for
Alright.
a single piece of
Wow.
toast with some avocado and some oil and shit.
Does that warrant like cancel culture to come in and try and cancel them?
Dude, I just don't know like
Wow.
how they can do that.
It's because their rent is so expensive.
It would be really expensive, but like
Yeah,
if you
new
get takeaway
building.
food, they should mark the price down because you aren't taking up the rent of
Was
actually.
it a takeaway?
Yeah, it's takeaway.
$70 takeaway.
But that's
Yeah.
with Uber. Uber does that now. It's like, hey, can I get a $10 burger? And it's like, sure, it's gonna be $10 plus a $5 like surcharge plus $10 delivery plus an extra little bit. Now you're
Yeah.
paying $23 for a $10 burger.
Apparently, they still haven't made any money worldwide.
Uber?
Uber's yet to make a profit.
What?
I find that bullshit. I reckon that's smoke and mirrors.
so I
to
heard
the victims.
Uber and Netflix both haven't made a profit yet.
no.
Impossible.
But Netflix is investing into like their own movies and their own sort of stuff as
Yeah.
well. So I'd believe with that. But what does Uber do? Uber is just literally an app, and they've just got market share on the
Yeah.
app.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it works.
That's
That's just what a thing that I heard. I don't know if it's true.
Crazy.
I don't believe them. I reckon they're talking bullshit. So that because everyone now with COVID is complaining like a motherfucker about it, because it's like now that shops can't be open, and they're still charging ridiculous fees. A lot of
Left side. Left side.
Left?
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
a lot of shops now actually it's cheaper for them than long run. Like if you're popular enough, it's cheaper for them to spend 15 grand developing an app than it is to pay the fees that they're going to be paying across 12 months to Uber. So they do a lot of shops. So Uber Eats is going to be in a lot of trouble because now they have like a lot of people are starting to just
By
They get their own
bypassing.
drivers.
They
That's
just
what
bypass them.
Soulburger did.
Soulburger did it, and it's genius. Like
And they
send
actually
us-
put in a letter, they're like, if you use Uber Eats, like you're
We'll
literally
spit in your
paying so much.
But
extra
that's so
money.
that's how they're getting them now, because that's why Uber Eats is going to be in so much trouble, because even the place we go normally, like a $10 burger will end up being $17 by the time I've
Yeah.
got it at home.
The fucked thing as well is like those poor guys like on bikes who like they just make like $5 a delivery maybe, and they're just doing that like all day. Like if they
And
get
it
hit by
raining,
if they get hit by a
that.
car, there's no
Nah.
Uber's like, oh, Uber doesn't give a fuck. Those guys just get hit by a
100%.
car and then it's on them. They don't get workers' comp or anything like that. Like
Yeah.
it's barely legal what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it is legal.
Uh,
Look into that.
I think I think it's like this. It's the same with the thing with Airbnb. Airbnb now is it's causing a lot of real estate problems because people are realizing they can get a shitload higher ROI on their property by doing Airbnb and not renting it out.
Right.
You know, like astronomical. So like places like Bondi now, if you Airbnb your place out more than 180 days out of the year, it's like huge fines and everything, because what's happening is all the real estate that's like prime is now just people buying it, and it's just becoming like a hotel city basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Miami's in trouble, like,
Yeah.
and all of them, but there's no legalities yet for Uber.
Right. What's mental is like all those apps like Uber is like the biggest. Basically, it's a taxi company that doesn't own any taxis. Or
Yeah.
Netflix, it's a movie company that doesn't own any cinemas. Like it's just like
Yeah.
all this stuff. It's just like made up. Like it's
Do you-
fucking weird.
Do you know what it all reminds me of? American restaurants. I'm going to just provide the space for you to come into, but you're going to pay my staff and you're going to pay for your food.
Yeah,
You're going to pay
America,
for your
I
drinks.
got yeah. Vape away, my friend.
Great.
You know, no throat cancer. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have
What
you,
flavor you got today?
Honestly, it tastes kind of like Coca-Cola and burnt. Like I've been using it
And
a
burnt?
lot. Yeah,
Cola
but
and lime? Is it supposed to be?
no, it's just like it's meant to be like cola. Like those cola lollies.
Yeah, yeah.
They're fucking
what
great.
flavor's burnt?
Oh, look, I've just been using it too much. It's just burnt now. It's the coil. Yeah, it's like burnt cotton. Yeah,
Burnt
yeah. You
Coca-Cola.
can't buy that flavor.
You gotta make that. That's personalized.
Do you want,
I
the,
always
do you want
wanted
the
to smoke
carcinogen
firewood.
flavor?
How are you guys though? What have you guys been doing? Do you want to talk about music?
Yeah.
No, it's
yeah.
your podcast. You direct it.
Well, I mean, we should talk about some sort of music.
Oh, I know what we talked about last time. Okay, so are you guys going to release it as an audio only, or do you want me to steer you in the right direction?
Yeah, we'll probably do. You know.
Well, remember last time we talked about the 3 beautiful gay men that Swaré is now working with
Yes.
to help him with
Yes.
marketing.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yes.
That's
Okay.
great.
Your DIY-ness.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
the guys from Brock from Gen Music came and found me, and then they've been in touch recently as well. They're so nice.
Yeah.
Try to fill them all in. Like we haven't just heard this story.
We haven't heard the story. What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah, cool.
What is this?
Yeah,
Who
no.
are these
so
men?
Brock, this like really beautiful gay guy, and he's being gay is not important, but he's just a beautiful young dude.
Yeah.
And he found me and like wanted to work, and he's like even like since I saw you guys last, like he's just been putting so much work in. It's insane, and like I kind of feel like I don't know. I'm like skeptical. I get like a really huge amount of skepticism from my dad, I think.
Okay.
And I'm just like, why are you doing this? Why are you helping me?
Right.
And he's like, I like music and I
People are
can't.
not nice.
Yeah. So I like music and I can't make it and you can. So that I'm helping you. I'm like, that seems shifty to me. Like, why?
That's not logic.
He wants
yeah.
his front row tickets later.
Yeah, but no, they've been helping me for the new release, which is out on Friday actually. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
This Friday?
This Friday.
Oh, that's
oh
right,
my
'cause we're dropping this
gosh, someone's
Tuesday.
going to be
Yeah.
editing today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do my job.
Yeah, so it's coming out on Friday, which is cool. It's been trying to get like people to encouraging pre-saves and that kind
Yeah.
of thing. It's so like because pre-saves a weird one because it helps the artist so much on the. I've got a link.
So I saw that on your story actually, and it was interesting. This will help out people too. The way I read it, can I give you like a flat out like feedback?
You're gonna crush me on your
No,
podcast.
no,
what
no,
you're
no,
saying.
no. It's just like I don't know. I actually you're not the sensitive type, so it's fine.
No, I might seem confident, but I'm delicate, like
The
wet
snowflake on the
tissue.
inside.
Like I don't.
I'd start with what they get to benefit from the pre-save.
Well, that's
Like
the
on
thing.
your
That's a
story.
really hard selling point because
Yeah.
you go if you pre-save the song, you get to listen to it.
What,
Like they can-
what
doesn't-
about you incentivize people with like send me a screenshot of your pre-save, and
We're gonna do a
and
little giveaway thing.
I'll send some sort of giveaway, because at the moment it's like with the story you did was like all how it helps you, which fucking is important, 100%. But on a viewer standpoint, we're all fucking selfish.
Yeah,
You
totally.
know what I mean? Like, so if you can incentivize.
Did you
people
screenshot
somewhat-
that?
I did. I was doing research for you.
Oh, okay. I thought I was like that would have expired by now. That was days
Yeah, I
ago.
did.
Okay,
I did my research for you.
thanks.
We save everything.
Yeah.
Apart from the
Or-
last podcast.
Ouch.
No, I'm kidding.
That could be a cool thing. Like some
Yeah.
sort of maybe like a, hey, send me a screenshot of your pre-save, and on the day I'll do a fucking, I don't know,
Yeah.
giveaway.
Well, man, we tried
your
to like.
virginity or
I did a
something.
live stream just a few days ago, and like I was saying like the whole time, like also I've got like a microphone, a pop filter, and a mic stand. I just want to give it away to someone.
Yeah.
And this guy got in there, and I didn't know who he was, and he's like, he was invited by a friend. He's like, oh, dude, tell him you want the thing. And I was like, dude, do you want the free stuff? And he just didn't say anything. And I was like, dude, now if you want free stuff, just say yes, and I'll give it to you. And he just choked. And then like after like an hour later, he's like, hey, sorry, I just don't know what to say. I'm like, dude, just say yes that you wanted the
That's a good
shit.
start.
Yeah, just say
letters, bro. Three
yeah,
letters.
just say I'll have free stuff. But that's a totally good point. Like it's because the pre-save's hard trying to get people to be like, yeah, pre-save. So why? Oh, you can
Yeah.
hear the song. It's like, can I not hear the song if I don't pre-save? Oh no,
Yeah.
of course you can. Yeah.
Because that's the trick. Is always like, all right, if this wasn't, because all the stuff you posted, like 100% that helps you. Like, but I always best thing to do is also always think like, all right, if this wasn't my song and this was my friend posting it, or like someone I didn't even know, why would I?
do it.
Yeah, totally.
What's my incentive? You know, because 100%, like, you know, there are some people out there that are going to help.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, we'll help out Swaré, like us too.
I just pre-saved.
But there's other people
Thanks,
that
bro.
are like,
You're welcome.
eh,
I'm keen.
you know what I mean?
Does it come out on the midnight? Does it give you a notification?
I
I don't think I've ever pre-saved songs.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't give you a notification. It just pre-saves it to your library on Spotify.
Oh, okay.
But
But
people
surely
also don't
the-
really care about being notified, I find. Like, some do,
Yeah.
but some will be like,
I
oh,
really
I'll,
do.
yeah.
It makes it so much easier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
right.
some
Oh,
would be,
you know what
some
you
would be
could
like,
do
oh,
then?
cool, yeah, maybe I'll get it when the day comes out.
Set a countdown timer on your Instagram story.
But
For
he
anyone,
he needs the pre-saves.
I know
that's what
you need
he's
the
trying to get.
pre-saves, but also then on the next one, once you've pre-saved it, here's your timer. Click to select, and then Instagram will notify them. Hey, go to your Spotify.
Like a double
It's
notification.
a workaround. I don't know.
Loves a good double down.
I just like the confetti. Okay, that's all. Have
On
you
the
got?
countdown
Yeah.
timer?
Yeah. Have you seen
Well,
like?
that's what Brock, the manager guy, was saying. He's like, "Oh, put a countdown on the thing." I was like, "Why?" And then like 10 people are like, they set reminders for your thing. Like, I don't know who these people are.
That's
but yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
it was fun. Like, it's weird. Like, it was just a half hour because how can you? Like, it's a difficult thing to talk to a camera by yourself for half an hour.
Yeah, for sure.
But some people like wrote in questions, and like there were like maybe like 12 people in there, in and around, just
Yeah.
coming and going. But like there's people like, I don't know, they're really nice. And I'm like, that's just what I'm trying to build, those like core
Yeah,
audience. That's
100%.
that's the thing. Everyone's like, if you can get what is it, like 100 true fans,
Yeah.
spend $100 on you a year.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not about the money, but
It is about
But I
the
mean,
it totally
helps,
is.
It totally is about the money.
It helps
It
you pay
completely
bills and
is.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. If I don't know, if you never made any money out of music, would you still do it?
Yeah, I would.
To what degree though?
Not the degree I'm doing.
Yeah, totally.
Because I couldn't.
yeah, you couldn't exactly. Yeah,
Yeah. But
Even-
I'd still do it.
yeah.
There was ages that I was doing it for no money.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm still doing it for no money.
And you pay. Like you pay people.
Yeah, I pay you.
You pay me.
Oh boy, did you?
So tell us about the song. Like
Yeah.
I felt like last time we didn't actually ask you about the
No,
song.
yeah, we barely. Yeah,
It was like you have a song coming out, cool. So let's
Yeah.
talk about some fucked up shit.
yeah. No, the song is called "Only You." It is coming out on Friday, 24th of July.
Yeah.
Produced by Temba Thompson. I actually wrote it
Shout out.
years. Yeah, shout out Temba. He's a legend. I actually wrote it years and years ago and put out like a really rough cut thing. What I considered at the time to be like, this is the master, but I was like fucking 12 and it sounded like shit. And
We've all been there.
Warwick heard it from Lonely Kids Club.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he heard it and he was like, and years later, he was like, "Hey man, can I get a copy of that song you released? That was fucking great. I still love that song." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I still had like the thing, so I just went and reworked it, and now this is kind of like the hopefully much better version."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it's about. Yeah.
Oh, very excited.
Well, that's how it
That's
came
how
to
it
be.
how it came to be. What's it about?
It is kind of about getting your shit together and just doing your own thing.
Man.
Because at the time I was kind of surrounded by people who were sort of just really kind of negative,
Yeah.
and like didn't even like. There's a lot of references to space in this because some people. I remember just talking to people about like how fucking cool is space, and they were like, "Meh, it's whatever." It's whatever. Like it's everything, and like. These people didn't care about anything. They didn't care about. Like, they just found nothing fascinating. Didn't believe in me or let alone my dreams. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter what these people think. It's only going to be, you or me, who does your life for you. Like it's just that's what it's about. Getting your shit together.
Mad. I
Yeah.
like that.
Cutting
That's
the
cool.
fat. Yeah.
Love that.
Me too.
That's really, really good.
Thanks.
And so, how did you put it? How did what distro service do you use?
I use GyroStream. Brock calls it GyroStream.
GyroStream.
I say GyroStream.
What was your thing about
What
them?
about a Eurostream?
Well, are you liking them? Did they reach out to you?
Is it first release for you with them, or
No, second. I moved all my stuff over to them. But I just
all
heard
your
good.
previous stuff as well?
Yeah. I just heard good things. Like one,
Because they
there's-
called me and snaked me from distro.
Well, when they were first
Yeah.
starting, they were like, "What Australian artists can we use?" They did the same thing to me, and I was like, "Nah, distro is obviously the best because that's what I read." But no, like I think they're great just because like they're locally based. Like if you email them, they'll email you back within half an hour because they're also in Australia, not New York. Like it's just, and also like I don't know, we talk about helping the Australian music industry so much, and then we use foreign platforms. It's
100%.
like, so
100%.
Facts.
Have you? So, your last release, you released with them, like the first, like the
yeah.
first time
That
it
was
released?
the first one.
Did you? How did you go with like playlisting things like that? Was there
Well,
any?
so the cool thing about them, like they also have like their own built-in pitching service.
Yeah.
It's like
Rather than just going on the Spotify one. Have you used the Spotify one?
yeah,
It is fucking trash.
I have no confidence in that at all.
Oh, it was like, what instruments would you use? Bongos or synthesizers?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, what like
Bongos are sick.
The
though.
Thunder Maker.
Yeah, like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was. It's not even like guitars. It's just like
yeah, like
bongos or
what
synths.
what background is this from? Like Hindu or Christian? Like really?
It is so
really
bad.
Spotify? Like it's
So
like
bad.
and there's not even like an other box. It's like I guess
No.
it's Christian. I guess. Like,
I'm rapping about bitches.
Yeah.
Slightly
Christian.
Hindu.
and also just the amount of stuff that Spotify must get through that. You're like, they're not
There's no chance.
not seeing
No
me at
chance.
all.
No.
So yeah, Gyro had their own like inbuilt thing, which is cool. And we had like Brock even like lined up a meeting with the
That's cool.
CEO guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I've emailed you a lot. And he's like, yeah, I know who you are. I was like, oh, fuck, hey, dude. So you just kind of feel like it's a lot more personal.
Yeah.
Like you actually feel like you're going to be looked after.
Which is great. That's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
I love
Especially
that.
now
Real
when
human.
you have no idea. Like so many people, so many artists that I work with. Just like they come in, they're like, oh yeah, okay, so how do I release this? It's like, well, yeah, like distro, and they're like, yeah, I know all that. Like I know how to like create a like a DistroKid account or a TuneCore account, whatever, and that's where I upload. But how do you get on playlists? I'm like, when you find out, let me know, please.
Yeah.
It's
Well, that's the cooked thing as well. Like I remember, like I said, some places you can submit, submit to our playlist, and you do that, and in order to do that, you've got to click this box that you automatically follow this playlist that you're the same one you're submitting to. So it's like we got a playlist of 100,000 people. It's like, but are they just like me trying to get on the playlist? Like no one's fucking listening. It doesn't matter. Like it's just
But not even that. Following, I don't like Spotify. It's not like YouTube where it's like you get notified. Like I follow 21 Pilots. I don't get notified if there is a song.
I get
like
I get-
following
I get
doesn't
notifications
See, I don't.
from
I
artists, and like
never have.
every
Maybe have it
now and
turned
then,
off.
not every single time, but every now and then when I open up Spotify, it'll like a dialogue box will pop up and be like, hey, this new thing has come out with this artist or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but like again, it doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time, they're bigger artists, and like they're not showing me people like Swaré who's just released, or like local talent. It's like Drake released a new song.
Well, they're the modern day radio
It was trash.
stations. You know what I mean? Like it's
100%.
It's like radio. It's like to get on radio, you kind of need to know someone in it.
100%.
And who's in it? The labels.
Yeah.
And now like Rap Caviar is like the freaking be all and end all.
what gets me is like those things where give us $700 and we'll give you 100,000 streams.
We both did that, didn't we? Not the buying streams, but the playlisting.
Yeah.
We submitted to. Did you end up doing it? I know you looked at it.
Which
The,
one?
Playlist
one of
Push?
Yeah, so I've used Players
Players
Push.
Push.
I've used them before. They're honestly okay. They're fucking expensive. But then again, like I don't know that there's much longevity in like.
But what?
No.
Here's a theory. Do you reckon that's like they go, here, we'll put you on these playlists, and you're guaranteed, you know, if you do this page, we'll give you 50,000 plays. Then they just buy plays for like, you know, 50%.
Well, that's
And
it.
they're making a profit.
Yeah. Well, and you don't know that.
Like I don't know like how you can. I mean, one of your artists, like I won't say who, but like they're like, oh yeah, use this thing. They're great. I get heaps of streams. I'm like, I looked into it, and it's like I think the minimum tier you can get is $700 US, and like we'll give you 20,000 streams. I'm like, how is that legit? How can you guarantee that? And like, and once you hit 20,000 streams, we cut it off. I'm like, that just doesn't seem legit to me.
Yeah, we cut it off at 20,000.
Yeah,
It doesn't make sense.
And I don't know. Maybe I'm
Where's
like
the organic?
naive, but can't I just get played because it's good?
Well, yeah.
Do I have to pay you?
100%.
It's real estate, man.
Yeah.
Like Spotify now and Apple Music, it's all real estate. You know, like we've got this playlist. You can buy to be on that block for a bit, and then you're out.
Yeah. And the debate, like, Michael McGlynn was saying, like, he posted something recently being like, do they pay artists enough? Like, I don't know. Like, how much is a stream worth?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Like-
it's that whole thing where like, I spoke about it to somebody the other day, like the amount of streams that it costs, that it takes to make up a sale, like a unit sale, you know, for like the ARIA charts or whatever, like a registered unit sale. It's huge.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, look, if this was, 1970, I wouldn't even know how to get my music in front of people.
Yeah.
But like now it's like you literally just go bloop and like it's there,
Yeah.
which is fucking cool. And like, I don't know, like it,
Well, you think about it actually. So if you back in the day where even if you sold your song, you sell it for $1.90 because Apple takes 70% straight off the bat.
why?
Distribution, it's like it's bullshit because it doesn't cost them
Why
much. But
not?
they've got again, it's real estate.
That's the
They have
crazy-
the real
like,
estate.
That's literally the iPod and iTunes just fucking
Desecrated.
or did it? I don't know. It just
kind of
fucking,
it revived it though because again, Kazaa, LimeWire, all them were coming in, and the labels were too busy going, oh, we don't know what to do. Like, we'll just sue them. And then so Apple came in and was like, sweet, you guys want to buy one song instead of the album? And everyone's like, yeah, fuck yeah. So they actually revived the music scene when the labels were too arrogant to like fix the thing. But like, you think about it now, like, so and then streaming like kind of saved it, but then also didn't. Like, it's fucked up a lot of people. So if you buy one song and you pay $1.90, which it's not really, I think it's less for one song, you get 60 cents from that purchase. You get like give or take $5,000 for 1 million plays. To get $5,000, you need to sell 10,000 songs. Huge difference to get the same money.
yeah.
You know, and that just like anything, like the money you're getting from Spotify now is just dropping and dropping and dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
I mean, I saw Beyonce was sad that people don't make albums anymore. Like Beyonce, like we only made albums because that's what you could fit on that amount of vinyl. Like it doesn't like that's kind of arbitrary. But like I don't know. When Calvin Harris was like, I'm not going to make albums anymore. Why would I do that? You're only going to listen to 2 songs off it anyway.
Yeah,
I'll just
exactly.
keep making like fucking
But not only that,
bangers.
you're not going to buy like, you know, people don't buy an album anymore unless you are a super fan. So
Yeah.
why would I invest? Like I was listening to this thing today, like, and I was talking to you about it before, I think, the whole release one song, like Tekashi 6ix9ine is going to be doing that. I reckon that's the model he's starting because like he's,
See the guy who raped a bunch of people?
nah, that was Epstein.
Oh, God. Okay.
I don't
Fuck,
know. There's so many.
His girlfriend's going to get it, isn't she?
She'll be dead.
Yeah. That's fucked.
We'll touch on that in a second.
Some
But no-
artists are smart though. They make you buy the album for the best song.
But yeah, but then what? But why put your?
I was trying to link that back to fucking kids somehow, and I was like,
But no, 6ix9ine's doing that. You know, like how do I keep you relevant, or at least one song every month? Now you're always reminded of me 12 times of a year.
Fuck that guy.
Versus dropping. If I drop one album every year, I'm hot for once a year.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So-
Totally, but also like it's cool. Like if you hear, someone's released an album and you kind of go, "Cool, what was?" Because if you're a big fan of someone, you feel like you actually know that person. So to get their album, you're like, "Cool, this is what you were thinking."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, you kind of hear that. Like the body of work's fucking cool. That's a really nice thing to do. But like for the up and comers, it's just like not a viable thing to do. How much?
No.
How much is an album going to cost you? Like
Yeah. How much is it going to
$20,000
cost you?
maybe?
and time-wise, going to cost you.
And I mean, if you're an up and comer, regardless of whether you drop a single or you drop an album, the lifespan of that that release is the same. So you got like 6 to 8 weeks
Yeah.
for a release before people want new things from you.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, do you spend all this money to do an album and then still have to come 6 to 8 weeks later with something new?
Yeah.
Or do you just split that album up
Yeah.
and do it as singles
Yeah.
and just prolong that?
That's the
Well,
thing, because it's all about like content. You gotta keep people interested.
Exactly.
Keep them,
Yeah.
like so. You,
Yeah.
like with the
You
when
gotta
we
keep
did,
relevant. Attention is the currency now.
it's why like it's just so
To be fair,
weird.
it always has been though. Like, you know, like I think now it's just more in our face. Before it was like attention, but you had companies behind you putting you on the radio.
Yeah.
You know, like because the attention was in radio and TV. Now the attention's fucking everywhere because of the internet.
Like Bo Burnham, that stand-up comedian, he's saying like, you know, it's a generation that wanted to be seen. So the companies just said, "Cool, here, have these things,
Yeah.
have Instagram, have Facebook, and just perform for each other
Yeah.
all the time for no reason."
Yeah.
Just like that's what we're doing. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe try that. Try just releasing a song once a month or like once every 6 weeks.
straight to vinyl, only on vinyl. Some people would really like that.
It's great.
Yeah.
But it's a bitch.
Yeah.
So I found that my girlfriend Maddie had a record player,
Yeah.
and it connects to our Bluetooth speaker straight away.
Lovely. It's a Sony one, yeah?
I don't know.
Does it have that like crispy?
Well, I don't know. Is it
Sound
like
to
is the
it?
sound quality going to be the same, or is it because it's going through the air to it? Like it's a really good speaker, but
Look,
like
I mean, like I mean, we don't have perfect internet here, so it's always like and like Bluetooth is such a fickle thing. Like if it's windy, your signal's fucked.
if I turn the microwave on, the Bluetooth fucks out.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's just
Yeah.
different frequency waves hitting each other. Like,
I mustn't microwave often enough.
It's all in
Yeah.
that spectrum.
That's weird. What's it doing to our bodies?
Oh, have you not read about it?
5G? We're going 5G
No,
now?
we're going
5G now.
microwave. We're
You're-
going microwave
Oh.
damage
Microwave.
to
Oh,
your
really? Like they cook
cells.
your testicles.
Insane.
Yeah.
Don't put them in.
Mine too? Yeah, don't.
Also, I just
Have you
Close
felt
the
it though?
door.
Have you felt the tingle though?
I just got. Oh, no, I'm going to tell that straight off.
You've done it, haven't you?
No, I just.
What's the
recently-
weirdest? What's the
You've
weirdest
done
thing
it.
you've stuck in a microwave?
I don't know. Probably nothing that
Soup?
weird. Maybe soup. I don't know. Like a piece of bread.
foil.
A piece of bread.
Yeah.
Cat. Yeah.
I tried to cook an egg once in it. Didn't end up good.
It
Like
works-
actually, like
it works
No, you
perfectly well.
didn't.
no, just everywhere.
That. Oh, so a
Or
friend
like
of
in the
mine.
shell.
No. It was like it
That
was
would be
in
so
the bowl, and like I was like, oh, let's make a poached egg this way.
Yeah.
Everywhere, just like egg,
Yeah.
just splattered,
Oh,
dead,
exploded.
just
That-
dead chicken everywhere.
So I did like the egg, gave it a little whisk, and then put it in the bowl of microwave. My friend was like, "Yeah, dude, you can just do that. It's like it's way quicker." I was like, "Really?" Opened it up, and I was like, "It was perfect." And I was like, "This is amazing." And on the "amay" sound, it just went like into my face, like it was egg on the ceiling. It was fucking ridiculous. It was my favorite. Like. I was still living at home, and my mum was like, "What the fuck is on the ceiling?" It was like on there for weeks. But yeah, you can still do it. It's just dangerous.
Wow. Well, now they have those little egg cookers where you put the whole egg in the little steaming basket. Type
I don't know,
thing.
man. Just
Love that.
I'm not into that life.
just not cool. Microwaves, man.
So 5G, is that legit or not?
Look, I reckon it's bullshit.
Yeah, but
Like the repercussions of it?
I've
Or
heard both sides. I've
Or
heard that we
actually 5G.
adapt. Women are way more
just the idea. of it, I
likely
think
to
it's
get hurt from.
Well, you know, it's real. It's not a hoax.
It's not real.
have you said? Oh, have you guys?
I'm just agreeing with sharks. So
Everyone-
we're having a different conversation.
Have you guys seen the Gateway experience? That like CIA paper that was.
I just sent it to you.
Did you?
Oh, this is the story I was telling you yesterday. No. Yes.
Wait, so
bro,
you
this
said
fucks.
it's
have you read the Gateway Process yet?
I printed it off like a few weeks ago.
Okay,
I
I've
didn't-
read
did you
it and
send
I've
to
done
me?
it. No, I've read it and I've done it.
With the tapes and everything.
Yep. And it's fucking. This is okay. I told
Yes.
Jamie yesterday.
So we're in a simulation.
So okay. For anyone who hasn't realized, like, I got to prep myself for this story. I'm
He's
excited.
literally going to have to
Bro.
like link the
Blew
paper so
my
that you guys don't
fucking
think
mind.
he's
Okay.
such
Even
a
Jamie
loser.
was like, "What the
No,
fuck?
yeah, I
How do
read.
you
I
explain
had
it?"
to flip through. I showed it to Sharks as well. We had to flip through.
Yeah. So anyone who hasn't seen the Gateway Process CIA paper yet, in short, it's like there is another dimension that is like known as the absolute, which is we're limited by time and space here.
Yeah.
In the absolute, there is none. When you go into deep REM sleep, your conscious accesses that. That's why you can't remember it. So,
Like the Upside Down.
what do you mean by that?
It's just a Stranger Things joke.
Oh,
Hopper's not dead, by the way. Who fucking knew? Sorry, go on. Do you guys know watch Stranger Things?
I did, but Is there a new one out?
Apparently, yeah. I saw like it was leaked from the US or whatever.
Fuck. So excited. Obviously, he didn't die. Though.
Obviously, that shows shit now anyway. Sorry, carry on.
Carry on.
Talk about the other dimension.
Talk about
And how do we get
That
there?
is weird that you brought
How do
that
we
up
get there,
though.
Blake?
It's weird. So
You're
you
tripping him out right now.
Yeah. So the brain operates on a vibration the whole time. Like it's always oscillating, and it operates in a beta wavelength, to like 26 hertz and around there. When you go to sleep, it drops down to theta, which is 4 to 7 hertz. Have I lost you yet?
No. Is this legit thing?
Yes.
It's not just someone hypothesizing.
No.
So, 'cause I read it sounded
I'm
like
getting
it
there.
was
I'm
a
getting
pretty
there. I'm
cool.
getting there. So when you're in a shallow sleep, when you're dreaming and everything, you're in 4 to 7 hertz with your brain, like it drops down. And then when you drop into delta, that's deep REM. That's why you don't remember it. But what happens then is in this absolute, which is, they've called it the absolute. Basically, it's like you're not limited in space and time. So if you wanted to go to anywhere in like the world or the universe, it's instant.
So it's not like lucid dreaming at all?
Linked, very
Okay.
linked. So they've done studies in it, and they had people on opposite sides of the country in America. They had a notepad with 10 letters on it, and the people, they didn't get 100%, but they could get a bunch of them from this like accessing of it. So basically, with what you do is you listen to a certain wave frequency while meditating, and it brings your brain down to a lower frequency. So I started doing it because I've been meditating for like 3 years now. And the first time I did it, which was like last Friday, I think 2 Fridays ago, the first one, it felt like I got pulled into a vortex. And like I felt my brain just getting like thrown in, how they sort of describe DMT trips, where it's like that slingshot. And then what happened, I could hear my voice like a child just going, wee, woohoo, wow. Like
What?
just hearing shit. And I'm like, fuck, this is mad. The next day I did it again for half an hour this time, not 10 minutes. And I've been going through shit with my parents, like just real stressful stuff. Like when your body's just constantly angry and you just want to punch stuff.
Shout out Blake's parents.
Shut up. But like, yeah, so like real bad shit. So I'm meditating, not thinking about anything, just like trying to just forget and, whatever. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing these like piranha looking demon things coming at me.
Hectic.
And I'm like genuinely scared. Like I'm actually fearful. Like how when you're in a dream, like you feel things. So I'm feeling this like fear of these demon things coming at me. And then I see this like blue light come across and start like getting rid of them and like zapping them and stuff. And I'm like, thanks, Jasper. I'm like, who the fuck is Jasper?
That's so... But how conscious were you at the time?
I was like, it was exactly the same as dreaming, but like remembering the whole thing.
But you were not technically asleep. Like
No,
you were
I
what? You were
wasn't.
just seated?
I'm sitting upright. Yeah.
Fuck.
So like I'm seeing this thing. I'm like, thanks, Jasper. And I like just all of a sudden everything like that I was angry about just washed, 100% washed. And like straight after, even Stacey's like, you seem different. I'm like, yeah, it is what it is.
I just tripped balls for half an hour.
Yeah, but I was just like, I'm like, it just is what it is. And then like 3 days ago, Stacey was like, because she's in these like into rocks and all this weird like hoobie dooby stuff. And
Oh, I got a great story about that.
Because what you did is totally reasonable.
Yeah.
Right? That is
yeah,
what I'm
that's where I crossed the line
Like,
is rocks. Okay.
CIA
So I was tripping my nuts
paper
off, and she's
is
like,
fine.
"Hey, look at these rocks." I was like, "Fuck, baby, I'm trying to trip my nuts off here. All right,
Yeah.
go
I'm
back in the
telling
other
you
room."
what.
You go back with your rocks, okay?
Who's Jasper? I don't know. All right,
Okay,
that's a nice salt lamp.
So,
Oh,
so,
Jesus.
so the Jasper thing. So Stacey like comes across the like this thing on the description of this rock, and she sees it's called Jasper, and she's like, "That's fucking weird. Like, why Jasper?" And then she's reading it, and she sends me the screenshot, and it's like, Jasper is known as the ultimate nurturer. He comes in times of stress and anxiety and rids you of negative energy.
What?
And I'm
It's
like,
a little
what
bit
the
weirder than that.
fuck?
He's kind
Oh,
of.
I'm getting to the next stuff. I'm having.
No, I was going to say how I actually found that Jasper was even a stone. Because I'm new to the crystals and the stones.
the rock stuff.
And the only reason I found it was I was watching my
Fuck.
tantra teacher.
I had a year on that stuff, and you can't change. Like,
And she had this big, thick bangle. And I was like, oh, I wonder if they make crystal bangles. Because that would be really cool, right? Like the sound and everything. So I'm looking on Etsy, and I select Australian only companies. And I'm scrolling down through, and all of a sudden I see this really pretty one. And it says Jasper Stone. And I'm like, what the F? Jasper Stone. This is weird. And that's how it led into
But
that.
just
It's so
just
weird.
the fact that of all random names that comes to my head, like Jasper's so just
That's not a name.
it's
You
not
don't
a-
go
it's-
for that.
It's, you know what I mean? Like, and why it was vivid. Like, I'm like, man, thanks so much, Jasper. And
That's
then,
hectic.
And then the fact that the description of the stone is exactly what it did, which was come in a time of stress and anxiety and strip you of negative energy.
But you still like, oh, she's still into stones.
Yeah,
Right?
that
It's
doesn't
this
make
magical
sense.
stone she
I-
brought
that
home.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it gets weirder. So the
Next
next,
time you
She
see
brought
him,
a
he'll be like
legitimately
covering.
magic stone home, and you still talk shit about it.
That's my thing. Like literally, the stone is what clarified this all for you.
So
no,
what-
because that was what made it kind of weird. But hold on, well, it gets weirder. So the next day, I have another like half an hour meditation session, and I feel I'm hugging my two sons, like vividly. And
Hectic.
like I see them when they're young, and I'm like picking them up, and they're like, then I see them when they're adults, and then I see them on my deathbed. Like just I can see them.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, why? I would be doing this every day, all
I've been
day
trying-
long.
yeah, I
Why are you
have.
even here right now?
But like so, and like it was so real that I literally was crying. Like I'm crying from it.
Was he crying, Stacey? Is that true?
But she doesn't. I don't let her in the room when I'm.
he shuts the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
We both kind of
Just on the couch, just, just like
No. It wasn't even.
just moving stones around. Oh, Jasper! Yeah, have fun in there,
That'd
darling.
be so funny. Like
Lunch is ready.
I'm just like moving stones, making all of this happen, and he has no
Yeah.
idea. Like I'm just a
drawing
total
pictures
witch.
of two sons
Oh,
and
this was
shit.
filming, by the way. Okay, good. So anyway, so like I'm like not crying, anything like like just it was just I'm still, but then there's like tears coming out. Like if you're looking at me taking away the tears, I'm just there normally. So that was weird. And then I come out to Stacey, I'm like, yeah, I'm having two sons. And she's like, not her, I am. But so that was, and she's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, cause she's like, yeah, I've heard all this shit before, like with the Hoobie
Yeah.
Rock stuff.
Yeah. With the magic rock that she's bought in a store.
Yeah. But then, so the weirdest, the next weird one was that night. So Sunday night, I am like meditating again, 9:30 at night. And for some reason, I'm like, you know, because you can distance travel with this thing. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go to mum and my sister. And I'm like in their heads going, hey, sorry. Like the way in which I'm talking is like kind of pretentious. Like it's all like, it is time. Like, but I don't know why I'm fucking doing this.
Right.
And it's like,
Duh,
it's
you're in
time. You need
multi-dimension.
to reach out to me. It's time we talk. We need to heal. And that's 9:30 at night on Sunday. I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning to an email from my mum going, hey, I think it's time we talk.
So you brainwashed her.
Yeah, without even seeing it. But how fucking weird is that, man?
Dude, we should go home and do this.
Yeah.
This sounds legit.
You
So
really
where can you get the
It's
tapes
so-
from? Because you need the audio tapes from the 80s or whatever. don't
I
you?
didn't find them. I just found, because if you Google hemi-sync.
He has a whole notes folder on on iPhone.
On iPhone. Like I've got all these ones for
Literally
different
just share that
durations.
folder with
Me
them.
too. I got a bunch of notes on my iPhone.
Yeah. Read it first. I'll send you a video. I'll send you a video of it too, like of another guy explaining
one
it. So
that I
then that
sent.
way it's like,
Okay.
because when you're reading it, like it took me 2 weeks to
Just, yeah, send it
do it.
before you forget. Like, I will definitely will do that tonight.
Yeah, it's
You
so
miss-
weird. Because do you meditate? Yeah. So like I
We
don't know.
could do it like if we did it at the same time. Be like, let's go hang out.
Is literally going to be in like the 9th dimension. Like he's
Well, I'll be
vegan,
meditating,
bro.
I'll be like,
All
"What
of
up,
his
Sharks?"
cells are clean.
Yeah. Just come down to your
no
place to
bad
train.
energy
Just like levitating. Hey, I'll come back. Don't worry. Shucks, he's
But
gone.
the weird thing though about it is
He's returned
it's
to the
linking up.
ocean.
Like as I was reading it, a lot of stories that I've heard from other people, like to do with aliens and shit, was starting because you know usually when it's alien talk, you're like, oh fucking weirdos, and they always are. Like they're talking like, yes, I spoke to an alien.
Just
And
like
you're
your wife, you
"Alright,
mean?"
This dude's just weird.
Yeah.
with the rocks.
But
and
there
the,
was an interview I saw on another podcast, and this guy was talking about aliens and CIA papers and all this sort of shit. Unfortunately, he was a weird fucking dude, so you kind of took it with a
Wouldn't
bar
you
of
be
soap.
weird if you've seen
A
all
bar
that
of soap?
stuff?
That's not a
Yeah.
saying. It's grain of
It
salt.
was weird from a bar of soap.
I clean myself.
Like,
of
have
those
you
sins.
seen those memes where people are like before LSD and they're like this sweet girl with their legs crossed, and then
Yeah.
after LSD, colors, rainbow,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So,
Collecting stones.
but yeah,
Can't-
the way in
I-
which this guy was talking about seeing aliens, he goes again because these aliens are 100,000, a million years ahead of us. Like we assume they're at the same technological place that we are. But the way in which he's explaining it is, you need a group of which you are meditating in an open land, and then they come through a different dimension. Like literally, he's explaining what's in this fucking paper, and that's how he sees
there's
it.
aliens on the other side just waiting for someone to like pop up through
So,
the
on
dimension,
multiple-
or they can
so-
see on a fourth plane. Like,
So
what's,
they're in the absolute, and they know how to sit in it. Like it's like the internet.
how do we know that? That's
Because-
where it gets a bit like.
Well, this is a paper from '83, though.
so it must be true.
Well, no, I'm saying like if they were doing this shit back in like 37 years ago,
What are they doing now? FBI, open up! shit.
but yeah, I don't know. Like, I've never been religious in terms of the biblical sense, like the story and all that. Like, I think, Jesus was just a dude. Don't shoot me for that, please. But like,
What you don't know though is
well, I believe that now, like, is like this other realm, and like the way in which they sort of talk about it too is like your consciousness.
into that realm.
It like works like you go in like your consciousness when your body dies, it goes up and then it comes back to sort of try and figure out other things than like basically a reincarnation thing. So it's like the internet. Like if you want to hack someone's computer, you're on the computer, you're hacking someone through the internet. But then if someone came and smashed the fuck out of that thing, you can't then hack it. Same as our bodies, we can't travel
Right.
physically. Like it's like,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we're doing it.
Right
It's settled.
Yeah.
I'm
Even
dying.
are you gonna do it? 'Cause
Blake
you-
is
100%.
literally-
I've never seen him
so-
actually. Usually he hears a story from me and he's like, "Yeah, cool, bro."
We're
And I won't hear
playing
it.
Mario Kart,
Yeah.
and he's just casually telling me how he's fucking found a multi-dimensional plane, and I'm like,
Yeah. Well, I'm Bowser, so fuck you.
Bowser Jr. 100% every time. But I was just like, every minute, I was just like, nah, but shut up.
Yeah, but what?
It's like,
But that's the thing.
one more time. One more. He's like, I'll send you the thing. I was like, nah, one more time. What?
So okay. All right. Well, cool. I'm down
This
for
is
that.
Blake though. Jesus. Nah. Rocks. Nah. Me. I'm Blake. I
Yeah.
definitely am doing all this stuff.
I don't know if I
It
believe in
didn't
the Bible,
exist until
except
me.
that I am Jesus. Like, I don't,
Literally, he couldn't believe that Yeshua, Jesus, as like this multi-dimension being that like literally lives in the vibration of love.
Oh, I believe.
But-
Look, I
but
believe
me, I
that
can
Jesus
soar
existed.
with-
I just don't believe that he was the son of God. Like, we don't have to go down this religious debate, okay?
yeah, you shouldn't talk about religion or politics.
What I want to know
But Trump
Our
2020.
next podcast.
I
So
don't
funny.
fucking. I said Trump 2020.
Yeah.
And your both your faces just went.
I'd probably
what?
vote for him. I'd probably vote for him.
I don't know.
You
Fuck.
definitely
I-
would.
That
I
That,
would.
that meme where it's like, are you voting? Oh, you're voting for. Oh, bro, why are you voting for Kanye West? What the fuck? Like, oh yeah, sorry, I'm going to vote for the dementing pedophile because I care about our country.
Yeah, Biden is a weird
Dude,
one,
but they're both fucked, man. It's so mental.
Did you see the one thing where he goes like, "If you don't vote for liberals, you ain't black," and everyone's like, "Fuck you, man! Don't tell me who I can vote." So
Yeah.
you're gonna vote for Trump? Fuck no!
Yeah, fuck. It's like,
Right.
oh, like he was saying like the difference like rich kids and poor kids, and he's like, rich kids,
Yes.
rich kids do as well in school as black kids. It's like,
No,
what?
no. Didn't he say? He said like, yeah, Asians and Hispanics, they're just as smart as white kids. I mean, privileged kids.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. It's like, dude, and also, what was he saying in that interview where
Oh
he's like, he's trying to quote like the fucking, what was it? It's like the Bill of Rights or something. And he's like, and we shall be, the thing.
thing.
Yeah. It's like, that's like that. No, you obviously like, how old are they? They're almost 80.
Bro, he's senile. He's lost his like. And I don't mean that in like a mean way. Like, he's genuinely senile.
Can you drive? If like,
Can he drive?
yeah,
Does he
I
have
reckon
to
you should
driven?
be.
Does he need to? He's a president. They get driven everywhere.
I reckon you probably should only be able to run from like 30 to 60.
There should be a cutoff
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
30,
Yeah.
30 to 50.
No, 35. Like 35 is good. I think like
But there's some
Although
good ones like
actually, if
Angela
you-
Merkel. She's probably getting on, and she's like the best
Yeah.
right
If
now.
you cut it at 50 though, they might actually be with the times.
maybe, but power is
Yeah.
a very, very
That's
addictive
true.
thing. And who knows the forces at play? Like, it's very easy to be like, if I was in office, I'd do this. But it's like, do you know how fucking shit the system is? Like,
Yeah.
you don't just walk in and like, I'm president. I'm going to...
Yeah,
And then it's
I reckon
done.
30 to 60, and you can go for your term in office can be as long as you keep getting votes. If you're doing a good, it's a shame to be like, well, you've done your 4 years, time to go. It's like shit's working pretty well right now. That seems a shame to get rid of that person.
But there is
So I
also
don't get
there's a
that.
good thing though. I think there is power in you not being able to continue because then you end up doing whatever you can to stay in. Because you ask any politician,
Oh, true. I guess
and
you
it's like,
get
what's the most
lazy.
important thing for you? And they go to get voted back in.
Yeah.
And isn't it to help the community? Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think yeah. In that regards, then it's not like your term can be as long or whatever, but like you have to be voted back in, but
Yeah.
you can be voted back in multiple
So what
times.
they can do here, right? Because Howard served for 11 years, didn't he?
Howard is the only prime minister of recent who's done his term.
Yeah.
They keep voting each other out.
Well, he was the last prime minister to have like a full thing. From then it was what Kevin Rudd, Julia Gillard,
back to Kevin Rudd,
Kevin Rudd,
and
that
then
guy.
Abbott, and then someone else back to Abbott.
I don't know how I feel about Kevin Rudd, but he did say some insightful shit about the Greens. He was like, I think he's like the Greens like a faux party, and he explains it by like the Greens. You know, they go and they turn up every year and they do their leaflets and everything, but they have no intention of getting into government at all.
I reckon if they got in, it'd be sort of like, you know, when you're having a fight with someone and you're like, we should just fucking break up. Okay. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah. I don't know.
it'd be the same. Like, we want to get in parliament. You voted in.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, dude. Actually, have you seen beautiful
Falls out of their bum.
Dangerous Lies? Have you seen that?
No.
Oh man, watch this movie. It's so bad that it's good. It's like they literally probably sent off the first like scene to Netflix. And Netflix was like, we love it. We'll put it, online in a month. They're like, oh shit, they actually want the movie now. And they just honestly, it's like they just wrote it in one night. Like about 5 or 6 times, it's like, aha, it was this person. Like, who the fuck is that person? Like they spend half an hour like focusing on one scene in the movie that doesn't amount to anything. Like some character, it takes place over months, and some characters never change costume. Like it's the worst movie.
What movie is it?
Dangerous Lies. It was. I've never reviewed a film on Google before, but I had to.
No way you did it.
It's so terrible.
Did you write what
Dangerous
you just
Lives.
said though?
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
you should have. You would have got so many likes.
I haven't
and then you
checked
should
it.
have just linked your Spotify playlist there.
Well, this guy
Pre-save,
hates this movie.
pre-save.
I'm gonna listen to his music.
Guerrilla marketing.
Yeah.
What was it?
What was the one we watched the other night? It was really good. It was with Eddie Murphy, right?
Oh,
Back to Coming to America.
Oh my gosh. It was
What's
so
what's
good.
his new one? Dolomite.
Oh.
Have you guys seen Dolomite?
Oh, I haven't.
Dude, Dolomite.
Dolomite?
That is Eddie Murphy. Like at his back.
Oh.
He's
Looks
fucking
like this
back.
podcast is not getting edited.
Yeah.
Fucking mad.
That's why I was like, fuck off.
Yeah, Dolomite's seriously good. What time is it? Oh, great.
Yeah, just having a chin
The
wag.
coloring on that phone is so beautiful. That's what I want the cameras to look like.
Fix your shit.
Maybe we
It
just all
is-
record in iPhones.
Yeah.
Bro, have you seen how
Apple.
Files get?
Apple, hit us up.
Yeah.
Shout out Apple.
Damn you, Steve Jobs.
6 iPad Pros.
So maybe, who knows, you might do your gateway process and then come up with a great album.
Or just not even care about any of the physical realm because
There has-
I've.
You can be like,
you
I'm
can be
famous in the
there.
ninth
Yeah.
I was saying to
Yeah.
Jamie, like, there has been this element now of like a lowered reality, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
don't know,
have to be
it's
careful.
kind of weird.
I've recently been feeling like we're all so sedated. We wake up, check the thing,
Yeah.
eat food, keep checking the thing, go
Yeah.
go to bed with some thing on, and then fall asleep. And we're just like constantly like you spend more hours. Like the only thing we do now more than sleeping every day is looking at screens. I reckon we're all just going to sleep.
Have you got
Yeah.
your screen, like your timer on it? So you can actually see how much screen time you have.
No, I love that shit. I'm not turning it off.
Okay.
Don't take it away from me.
No. It's like, yeah. So I've cut down to like 2 hours a day on my phone only.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, are you okay? It's full? The whole thing's full. You want to stop filming?
That's why we don't shoot on iPhones.
Do you want to shoot on mine?
Yeah, but if you only shot on iPhone, like, and
Just for the
you
last little
didn't
bit?
use it as a phone.
It'd be filled pretty quick. Anywho, yeah. Well, I'll send you the paper. If anyone if anyone wants the this CIA paper we're spoken about, just comment below. I'll send it
His
to you.
wife, who studies rocks, found it.
Oh yeah, she did.
Actually, you know what? Just send it this way. I'll just delete a few videos off my phone, Sharks, and I'll just...
Like you guys are seeing it first. This is how we do content. iPhones.
It's the only way.
Anyway,
It's an
Intermission.
11, and God,
Can
it's
we go
hot.
back to Spotify for a second? I found out apparently to pitch to Spotify directly, it has to be an unreleased song.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you have like a couple days.
But the issue with it though is it's like how many. I'd love to know the number of how many
Submissions.
submissions they get a day. You know, like again, it's like, are you likely to even be looked at? Because again, you're going up against all the label who has a huge, like labels have a massive catalog, who have the connections, and then you're hoping that they're like, cool, done.
Yeah, it's well, what they say to do on Spotify when you go to release is like leave at least a minimum of 2 weeks so you can pitch it.
I'm totally listening. The camera will just be all on you guys for this bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Great.
I mean, like, yeah.
Maybe that bit will be on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably
That'd be really funny.
cut this into like a funny little bit of. Sorry, he's not even paying attention.
No, so yeah, I mean, basically how it works is like if you
The
if
Windows
you,
loading space.
if you yeah, 100%. If you pitch to like directly through Spotify for artists,
Yeah.
then yeah, they say leave a minimum of 2 weeks so they have time to get to it.
Ah.
But it's more what we were talking about earlier is it's more the fact of the guidelines that they give you when you're putting your song up for pitching to playlists.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Oh.
really minimal.
Here you go.
40,000
40,000 songs a day. A recent tweet from the music.
2019.
And that was and that's not during COVID. I wonder if COVID has more songs.
So
or less.
many, man. Like it was
Really?
I wonder. It could be both.
it was New Music Friday the other
Deleted.
day.
Sorry, to
Yeah,
interrupt.
wow.
I just deleted so
So-
many albums of my family for this.
Oh my gosh.
You get them back.
So yeah, so a recent tweet from the music blog Pigeon and Plains says artists upload nearly 40,000 songs to Spotify each day, according to the company's CEO Daniel Ek. When you add this number up, that means a total of roughly 14.6 million songs are uploaded each year.
So I've got it. I've got the solution. Swaré. Get into the ninth dimension. Get the image of this Spotify dude, this CEO here.
Go find him.
Go into his brain, and then say Swaré.
That's good, actually. All right,
good,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
that's
hack his brain. This is Inception shit.
And so, according to the CIA people too, it's a lot stronger in groups. So, got your back.
So-
Stacey's all about it. Jamie's about to start practicing.
Meditating session, guys.
yeah, cool. All right, we'll all tune in at like 9 p.m. and just be like, hey guys.
I think it works better in like a open field or a room.
Let's
you
go.
have-
Joshua
you
Tree is
go-
the most famous place. There's a Vipassana center there. There's so many alien sightings. Like, yeah.
Hectic.
Good old Joshua.
Joshua Tree sounds fun. I want to do shrooms there. Entourage got me on doing that.
Yeah.
Would you do shrooms?
100%. I haven't got them my hands on. Well, we went looking for them once. We were in a forest.
You been walking like what,
So we-
Oh,
farming
you
or
were
No, we
actually
were-
looking.
We were in a forest in Melbourne once, and we were
eating mushrooms
we
on the
were
floor?
we were looking for them. Like we went early in the
Wow.
morning, so it's the time to find them. And so we were like at
Oh, you
4.
can find them in the wild?
Yeah, they grow out of cow shit. That's where they
Yep.
grow, and in forests. And this guy was like,
So
"Yeah,
you're just searching through cow shit.
no." So this one particular, it's an option, but like we went for this forest, and this guy was like, "Yeah. So they grow here all the time. So let's all get super blazed and go looking." And I was like, "All right, cool." And then we went and we're looking around, and we heard like a kookaburra and a magpie and all these things, and I was like, "Oh, that's hectic." And we looked through this little clearing, and there's a lyrebird just going through all these sounds, and I was like, because it sounded like a kookaburra, but not quite right. You know,
Yeah.
lyrebirds
Yeah.
imitate other birds.
What?
So yeah. So it
Yeah.
was like, so it was
The
like,
vegan senses are tingling.
so it was like, it was doing its best. And I was like, that sounds like 90% like a kookaburra. Then went to magpie, then it did all these other birds, and it's sitting on this branch above some mushrooms. And I was like, fuck off.
And just the sound effect.
Yeah. They were not the mushrooms we were looking for, but it was still fucking epic.
That's great.
But no, I've only done other psychedelics, but not mushrooms. But mushrooms sound fun.
DMT kind of it, like interests me. It scares me, but also
Yeah, a friend of
interests
mine he went missing for like 2 weeks because he was doing it like every day for like a month, and then went to some festival in Adelaide and just fucking went off the radar. And he had like a psychotic break.
me. Yeah.
So be careful, Blake.
Well, it's just Joe Rogan really sells it to me.
Totally. But he sells anything to you.
Yeah, like
My
I swear
gosh.
it's like maybe he has some sort of black market touch on DMT because the man he talks about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was saying like, once you go into it and you come out, like reality drops 20%.
Well, my one of my best friends, he did it, and like he's getting married on Saturday.
Congrats, shout out, marriage.
Yeah.
It's good.
Shout out
And he
marriage.
did it, and he was sitting around like a little fire, and he did it, and within like 5 seconds of fucking exhaling, he smoked in a little pipe. these two aliens just kind of walk out of the woods and sit next to him, and they're like, "When you sober up, never do this again." And he was like, "Whatever you say, man." Like, no fucking worries.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I saw him later that day. I was like, "How was it?" He's like, "Yeah, no, it was okay. It's fine. It's fine."
Man.
It says hectic. He's not doing it again.
Did you get probed?
I don't know, but whatever they said to him at that fire, he's never touching it again.
That's weird because that is actually a unique thing. Because most of the time you hear the same thing from everyone. It's like you should do it lying down, and it's like this slingshot, and it's like like and then boosh, and you're off into like this vortex, like what the first trip out I had
Just
from meditating. That takes 10 hours. It's too long.
10 days.
And then I got time, man, like 15 minutes. But yeah, they explain the way in which they see God, or in a way, like not God, the figure we think, but heaven, and they describe it the same as the inscriptions that you see from like the Inca and all these other things. From people who have never seen the inscriptions, they describe it the exact same way that these inscriptions are.
So nice.
I've never seen it, so it sounds like it's something I
So
should
nice.
validate. Kidding.
Sorry, how are we doing for time, Sharks? Because I know we got a thing.
You guys
If you got a thing, go do the
That's
thing.
cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
How long are we
we're
going
good.
for? Are we-
It's
an hour and
just over an
6.
hour.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all good.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we had lunch at my parents' house, and Maddie's on her way there now. And if
Oh,
she
have
gets
you?
there before we do, she'll be
Awkward.
alone with my parents.
That's not
Ugh.
Poor little
They
thing.
don't love that.
They're very nice, accepting people, but she's like shy. She's shy. Like, she's met him a bunch of times, and they're all sweet, but like it's still it's
Yeah.
intimidating.
Does she meditate?
That's so funny.
Uh,
See, I throw Blake with my parents all the time. Like, he's
Yeah, like,
fine.
I'm sure like in a little while it gets to that point, but like
Yeah.
it's just like it's an
Yeah.
intimidating thing.
No,
yeah.
Like
I get it.
there's like a 30-year age gap or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're my
Don't
parents.
be an ageist,
Like,
man.
Yeah, well, okay.
Well, thank you for coming on for the second time.
No, thank you guys so much for having me back. Sorry, but
yeah.
I hope these cameras work this time.
They did.
Great.
Yes.
I love that.
You got it. You didn't twist any dials. You didn't change
No,
anything.
I touched nothing.
Well, then we're good.
Sharks, how's your camera going?
So,
I just wanted to make sure.
He's like, "What the fuck are you trying to say?" Like, you think
He's like, yeah, last time it worked fine too. Like,
See, that was my thing. Is I said to Blake, Blake, just go get the footage. I was like, go
If you guys
get
want
the footage.
any
of the
tips,
shark
let me know.
shot.
Literally the same.
if you guys want to know how to actually probably film something, let me know. Like,
Yeah.
it's totally fine.
But
man.
yeah, cool. I'll send you the
Well,
videos.
I'm keen for
Wait
this.
though, hello, Friday.
Keen for this song on Friday.
yeah, July 24th. When are you guys dropping this?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on Friday.
6:24, all even numbers.
24/6.
Huh?
Bum, 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 bum,
Oh,
bum,
the
bum,
way
bum.
you guys do it.
Yeah. Sorry, babe. We're in Australia.
Yeah.
Everything's upside down here.
Yeah, year, day, month. What's that about?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
How would one say it out loud? August 10th, 1989. The 10th of August in 1989.
100%. The second one sounds so much
sounds
better.
better.
Yeah, yeah.
It's what-
Also,
it's
like,
what-
why wouldn't you just start small? But why wouldn't you start with the small and then go bigger? Like, why would you go middle, start, end? Think
I'm
about
just
it.
saying when you say it out loud, because when I'm writing the date, I don't just go, oh, it's 06, 12, whatever. I say,
It's Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. What is that? What is Juneteenth?
It's a black holiday.
Oh,
so again, just to
Shout
clarify,
out
it's July
Juneteenth.
24th.
July 24th.
That's when it's coming
What
out.
time?
Only you.
What
I
time?
think like midnight, but whatever.
pre-save it, please. Like,
Yeah, if you're gonna pre-save it, there'll be some
Melchior, I know
links.
you're watching this, getting a haircut right now, so
yeah, I
pre-save
can't
it.
say who, but we got a cool premiere lined up as well. So it's
Very excited.
yeah, so I'm excited.
Very
Sweet.
excited.
Yeah.
And
cool.
if you go to Swaré's Instagram, you can also get cute little fireworks to notify you that it's been released.
Ooh, I'll work on that before I leave.
Thank you for giving me one week.
all right, cool. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that like button, please.
Peace
It'll,
out,
it'll
guys.
help us. Love you.
Yo,
Bye.
yo.
I should have gone peace. I thought you guys
Do
were
it
going
right
to do
here.
the thing.
Do it right here.
You want to
This
do
one.
peace?
Can I do it to that one?
Yeah, this is you. This
I don't
is
want
all
to
you.
do it. No.